welcome to another session of the Globuntu Book Studio. We are still celebrating Black History Month, and today we're starting a little bit later because, hey, we have a very special studio guest out of the ordinary, out of the space of book writing and publishing, and it's a guest that I'm very, very proud of. When you get to know him, you'll be proud of him as well. I am the serial author of the Africa for Smart Kids book series, the publisher of Globuntu Books, and your host in the studio today. So today we are joined in the studio by a young man, a young, aspiring, creative, visionary Cameroonian that happens to be my nephew. So I will introduce him. He's here with his mom and some family members. I know you're all drumming out there. You're joining us on social media, and his mom's friends, and all of those people. We're happy that you're here. So we are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You are all invited, as usual, to be part of the conversation. Take the space to ask questions, get to know this beautiful app, get to know this visionary young man and his entourage, his family. So make sure that you use the comment box and put in your comments or your celebrations, whatever it is that you want to tell Alain. Make sure that you do that. So without any further ado, I am opening the doors of the studio to Alain. Good evening, Alain. Welcome.
Thanks, Auntie Chair. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Auntie Chair. I am.
Good evening. It's a pleasure to have you here today. And
a pleasure to have myself here also today. Looking forward to it for a week now.
Alain, will you quickly introduce yourself? Who are you? Who is Alain Michel?
Alain Michel is young, aspiring boy who created the electronic wallet app. Can say myself to be an app designer and developer. I've been studying programming languages for quite a long time now.
Okay, you have every right to look forward to it because we have been looking forward to it. You have something very special for us.
Yeah, sure. Which is the app that we're going to talk about today. Okay, the app that
no. Don't go to the app yet. You're still introducing yourself. Stop right there. Introduce yourself. We'll get to the app. I know you're very, very excited to get started to bring your app to the world. So let's go meet your studio guest. You brought your mom with you, right?
Yeah.
So okay, let's go meet. Yeah. Let's go meet your mom. Hello, Maître Marie Angele Abanga. How are you doing today?
Hello, good evening, everyone. Oh, that's Alain for you. He just jumps right into what he's doing and not into all those formalities and too much talking. I'm fine. I'm super proud, of course, as you can imagine. Alain turned 18 in October, and I did a big display of all of it because for me it was a project that I was really working on, and I knew that I wanted to be done with this project when he turns 18. And so for him to turn 18 and then for me to see him design, this is the second app actually, but he will tell us all of that. So I'm fine. I'm a lawyer, I'm so many other things, but for today, I'm just Alain's mom. So there's nothing about me involved here today. It's all to do with Alain. Thank you.
Yes, talking about Alain, you already have a lot of people on social media following. Your family is right behind you. So I will acknowledge them. Chief wants to get in. I wish that he can come into the studio rather than go on Facebook. I will be juggling to go get a Facebook page to send, but I already see Grandma is on Facebook already. So I'll get to you right there. So Alain, tell me, what is it that you do? What is it that you do that leads you to developing an app at the age of 18? I mean, at the age of 18, some young people are just, they're hanging around wondering what to do with their lives. But you already have an app in Google, in Google Store. So tell us about what is it that got you to developing an app?
Well, it comes really, really, really back because like every other kid, we used to watch television, and I used to watch television a lot. So Grandma Bibian used to come and say that, but Alain, you are doing this as a consumer, you are watching all these things rather than producing. And so after reflecting a lot, I thought about what can I actually produce. And after doing some research, I saw that these apps, because the entertaining apps like games and everything can be also created using programming language. So when I studied some programming languages like HTML and Java, CSS, and different things, and from there I went to start producing apps, and I even produced one app as mom just said there, and the app didn't go so well. But I didn't give up. I went and studied some more, and I came about to make the second app, electronic shopping wallet.
Oh wow! So this is not the first app that you're developing, and I'm so glad that you have all that support behind you. So tell us about. Well, today we're launching the e-wallet, the e-shopping wallet. Okay,
Yes.
that's the
Yes.
name of the app. I wish I could go on screen. There's no way that I can share that screen, but I'll just go on my phone. And those of you who are joining us on social media, please make sure that you go download the app immediately, because then we'll be explaining how you can best benefit from. So it's e-wallet, e-shopping wallet, e-shopping wallet. It's on the Google Store. Make sure that you download that. The network is a little bit unstable today, but we're going to get this through. So how? No, you just spoke some Chinese language right there, Java and HTML and all of that. What is that? What does that mean for someone who doesn't understand that? What has that got to do with app
Oh,
developing?
okay, okay. When we talk about programming languages, these are like instructions or languages that the computer understands, and that as a human you write it to the computer so that it performs the instructions. Just that since the computer cannot speak the way we speak, we use these languages like the Chinese are just from calling, which is called Java, HTML, and all the rest. So to create an app, you need to know these programming languages if you want to speak with the computer. That is.
So, did you go to any school to learn how to do all of that? Did you go to school? How did you learn that? For someone who is saying, I want to develop an app, but I don't know where to go to, I don't know how to learn. So, what will you tell them?
I'll tell them to go to YouTube because there are a lot of videos that teach for free for that for so there are a lot of videos, a lot of channels where they teach all these programming languages for free. There are also some websites where they teach programming languages for free, and they really explain it. And even the softwares that help to program apps, they're also out there for free.
Okay, so let me go bring some words from you. The people online, again, there's family online for you.
Okay.
There you can see Marceline Atanga. Great job, Alan.
Yes. Thanks
So
so much,
she's
Ashley.
still here. Proud of you and your mom. We
Thank you.
have Taku Emefuaberi. Auntie Berry is here. Congratulations. Oh my God,
Oh,
she says.
thanks, Grandma.
You have Chief is joining from YouTube. We were so hoping that he will make it to the studio. Sometimes it's quite a challenge. So Chief is sending congratulations. And who else did I
Thanks very much.
see? So we have Leticia B. We see you. Thank you very much for joining us in the
Thank you
studio
very
to
much for
celebrate
joining.
Ellen. So who else do we have here? I saw Pauline. I saw Pauline. Let me go get her. Let me go fetch for her. Pauline is right here.
Even his grandma was there.
Yes, we saw Grandma already. We're going to go back to her in a bit. So thank you so much for all those who are joining. It means a whole lot for a young entrepreneur when he just starts up, all the support. Again, you're here. What we wish for you to do is download the app, share the app as much as possible, get so many people to use this app, give Alan feedback. When you download, make sure that you keep the rating. Make sure that you give your rating, give 5 stars, and explain if there are any things inside there that you want him to change. Please make sure that you put the comment in there. It would allow him to develop the app further. Okay, that said, Alan, tell us the name of your app and who specifically the app is for.
The name of the app, although it's a mouthful, is eShopping Wallet. That's electronic shopping wallet, but I just shorten it to eShopping Wallet, and it's for mostly frequent consumers or frequent people who go to the shop to buy goods and services in the shop. That's in real time in the shop.
So how did you come about creating such an app? I mean, you could have created an app about gaming. There are quite a lot of young people who create gaming apps. So why did you
Sure.
go to the financial space to create an app that allows people to manage their shopping budgets?
To come about this question, I have to go back to a certain moment because there was a day when usually after church, my grandmom and I we go to the supermarket, and after we get all our goods and all our goods, we'll put them at the checkout, and after the cashier will like take the prices of each of them and sum them up, the total will come out there, and now grandma has to pay due to with mobile money. So with mobile money now, she'll have to input this long code which she'll have to take. And the long code, I noticed that the long code was fixed, it was not changing. The prices, if we could get the prices inside from our app, we could just do everything because the process was so long. And sometimes the MTM, the mobile money to insert it on your phone will be quite a mouthful or will be taking long. And grandma uses eyeglasses, but she not working with eyeglasses everywhere. So she has to search her back for eyeglasses. They get it there, get her phone, try and get the numbers, which is also another frustrating process. Get the amount that we have used, which is also another process. And by the time you get an error, you have to restart all of this. It's getting again frustrating for her, for me, for the cashier, and even for the clients. They are waiting. I have to go to the other line, and somebody might be doing the other line. And so I was like, but wait, this code is stagnant, and these prices which they took with the machine, if we could find a way to get it using our phones, if we could get it using our phones and get the total price, then with this code that is not changing, if it was also in my app, which I placed in my app, then we could just get like your budget, you input whatever item you take, then by the time you reach the cashier, the sum is already there. By the time you reach the cashier, you just click two or three buttons, and then it does all that processes for you. It writes the codes for you, it puts the total for you, it dials it, and all you need now is the code. And so I really thought about it, and I decided that let me do this. And the first person that when I'm done with it, I must show it to use it was my grandmom. Since of course it was thanks to her with the problem that she showed to me, the problem which was hers, but I decided to let the problem be mine. Let me solve this problem of hers. So yeah, that's how the problem came about, and that's how I had to find a solution for it.
Grandma, your grandma is very instrumental. Your grandma is my mom. So, so I know how instrumental she is. And when it comes to finances, she comes from that space. And so I'm glad that she got you into creating such an app that is so useful. It's useful for just anyone who is going shopping. And quite a lot of time, I don't know about you, but Marie Angela, I don't know about you. There have been times when I've gone to shopping and then you get to the till and then you realize that you don't have enough money in your wallet, and it is so
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Alan forgot to mention during the pandemic when everybody was panicking, we went to Carrefour supermarket. That the market had just opened here, and I wanted to go and buy those things, toilet rolls, all of that. And then I just carry, and then I got to the counter. And after all of that long line and the sweating and everything, I put everything there, and then I didn't have enough money. And I was like, I wish I had calculated all of these things before coming to this counter. So maybe that is something that was also at the back of his mind. That's why I love this app. Like, whatever I'm buying, even if it's 2 items, before I get to the counter, I already know how much I'm spending. And if I'm paying with my phone, I already put in, start putting in all those things so that I just get to the counter. And so I'm just so grateful for that app indeed. Yeah. More grateful than for the first app, because the first app was I think it was a chat for chatting, but this one is really a service that can help a lot of people. Yeah. So Alan, I'm so proud of you, so proud of you.
Thanks, mom. Thanks so much.
Actually, David is here. Dave,
Yes,
do you want to come and say something to Alan?
yes.
Come now. Come now. Bring your chair. David is so tall. I hope. Say.
If I have to present myself, then I would say that, well, I'm a bit of a future. If I need to present myself, I would say that I'm a future playboy millionaire philanthropist. A future, so it's not yet there to begin with. So if I have to tell something to him is that the future is now. And then if you don't, if everything has, if everybody at this age could do great things like that, I think that Cameroon won't be such a country. So just saying to continue doing great things and then let's always remember where it comes from and do it and go further, furthermore. Let's keep doing great things and then yeah, that's what I can tell to him.
Has Alan inspired you to do anything in your life, to be better at something and stuff like that?
Well, he taught me to be better at cleaning and then to be more organized. So
Really?
yes.
Wow. Thank you, Alan. Your brother just stopped by to say something, support you just like every other person, and how proud we are of you. And you inspire all of us, even me, you help me to remember that I have to work on my own emotions more than help other people to work on their own. When we had that meeting yesterday in my room, thank you so much, Alain. We really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Oh.
Bye.
Bye.
Where is our host? Are we supposed to start talking about the wallet without her? Maybe the network is not so great. She's back. Way.
So sorry about that. The network sometimes does that. So I
We
hope
were
you were
having
able to
fun.
carry on the conversation without me. Great.
Yeah, David came in and David said a few things to Alan and stuff like that. But we didn't go far. We didn't talk about the app per se.
No. That's nice. So let's see. Alan is here with his kid brother. So when you become creative, what kind of Alan? You have your kid brother with you, and so when you're developing your app, do you take him into your learning process? What is it that Is he there praying? Is he wanting to learn the same things that you do? What influence do you have on him?
Well, about the programming, he's not really into it well yet because he doesn't have a computer and so he doesn't have all that. But if I'm doing anything like studying, since we go to school, like studying or we're playing basketball or anything, yeah, David really likes following whatever I'm telling him because he knows that from my own perspective and with a lot of things that I do, which he sees as from the results. He always try and imitate it, whatever is good. That's one thing I really learned about David. And when he does something wrong, then I also try and get him to understand what is not wrong. Afterwards, the role of the elder to educate the youngers.
Okay, I get you, but we're not going to parenting right here. We're launching the app. So let me see. Let me see David. David, where are you?
Oh no, David had just gone back. They already spoke when you were not there. Yeah.
Okay, I had a couple of questions to him, but let's go back to the app. So Alan, your app is typically for people who go shopping. I want to show, this is the app right here. So what you have a number of currencies in there. Now I am in South Africa. When I look into the app, I don't see the rand. So can I use this app in South Africa? And that is the question that goes to every other person that is not in the space where you have these currencies inside. So are you thinking of expanding it so that people who are in other areas can use it, in other currency zones can use it as well?
Sure. I'm thinking of expanding it way more. This is just we're just going process by process, thinking of expanding way more, make it global and yeah.
Okay. So if someone downloads this app, take us through the process. When I go to the, is it only on Android or do you have it for people who use iPhone,
Current,
iOS? And yes, go ahead.
yes, currently it's for Android. When the app will not be stable and everything is good because it's still in the process, just like you just said about the drop down the currencies. So when everything will be now all okay, that's when now I'll set up now for the iOS. So that's what I was thinking of doing
Okay.
right now. Yeah.
Okay. Take us through the app. When someone downloads the app, what are the things that a person needs to do in order to get the best, to optimize the use of the app?
So for the best, when you open the app and after the splash screen, that is the first screen that comes up, it will show the main screen which we are right there on your phone. And now there's a little space there that's within the current cache. So that current cache is actually the cache which is in your pocket or the cache you budgeted to use, the cache you budgeted to use in the shop. So that is where you're going to put the cash you budgeted to use in the shop or the cash which you have in your pocket on your back or wherever. And now you choose the currency which you are at, and then we go now to the shop. So for this
Great.
example,
So
yeah, for example,
go
you
ahead.
could write, I don't know, for this example, we could write like 10,000 or whatever. You choose currency, FCFA, then we go shopping.
So I just put in there, let's go shopping. So I just put
Yeah,
an amount and
yes.
then it takes me right there.
Yes. So this sector here, the first part is just to put the item price, like item one, whatever item you take, you put the price. Then that multiplier, that times zero is to multiply the quantity of that item one. For example, if it's milk and the price is 100, but if you have taken like 20 packets of milk, rather than doing the math in your head, you can just input the quantity of sachets of milk you have taken and it will give you the product and the total will appear right up there. So we could just do an example and see if you could please put like 100 and you put multiply times 20 just to illustrate how you go.
There's a lot of mathematics and a lot of arithmetic in there, and of course, a lot of bookkeeping. And I know where you get the bookkeeping from. You get it from Grandma Bibi, of course.
Of course.
So, those of you who are joining us on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn, please give me a type on the comment box if you have downloaded the app. Let us see who has downloaded the app yet. And if there is anything that you've seen that you're happy about, that you want to tell Alain, let's do it right here. If there's something that you think needs improvement, please text it right here so that Alain idea on how to develop this app further. So let's go to Ma'am Marie Angele. So what does it take? What is the kind of conversations that you have at home with your sons that allow them to start creating apps when other kids are hanging around feeling unemployed and complaining about government and whoever? What is the kind of conversation that goes on in your house that allowed Alain to be able to come up with an app at this age? Unmute yourself, please.
Mom is so much stuff.
Am I muted now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for the question. So, Alan in particular is a special son. I had Alan when I was 24 and I wasn't married, so I knew that I have to teach Alan to be his own man. The earlier, the better. One thing I taught Alan from very young, I used to take him to the market even when he was 2, 3, and I think he can testify to that. And I would tell him, okay,
Can you come to the screen, please? Your face is cut off.
oh, it's frozen from my end, so I can't see how I present myself. Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I used to tell Alan to do a market list, for example. And I also used to tell him, ask him what is his program for the day. Sometimes he would say, I don't know. I say, no, you cannot not know. You're supposed to know. I must not be the one to tell you what you have to do with your time or with your life and stuff like that. And I would always ask his opinion and let him make decisions. And then we talk about it. We sit on the table from small, we used to sit on a table. Up to now, we sit on a table and we have conversations. We have family meetings. Everybody talks. Even in the morning, everybody talks. So I think that he grew up with that kind of confidence that I trust him. He can go ahead and make his own decisions, make his choices, try new things. And then when the pandemic hit, we had a round table again. I talked to them about the pandemic and I said the best thing we can do is try to keep busy so that we don't get carried away with all of that anxiety and everything. And I asked him what he would do. And he was thinking about, I said, you could even start your own YouTube channel. You could start trying other things and stuff. And I think he just took it from there. Yeah.
That's great. So those of you moms and parents who are out there, you're watching this, you're listening to this, that's quite a lot of inspirational words right there. If you're wondering about what to do with your children at home, when we're still locked down, when the pandemic is in and we're homeschooling, YouTube is the university, one of the universities to go to if you know what you want. Alain, there are a lot of videos on YouTube. How do you find out exactly the kind of content that you need that allowed you to create an app like the one that you just developed? Without being overwhelmed, there's quite a lot of information that can overwhelm you. How do you go sourcing for your teaching content?
On YouTube, it's sure it's quite overwhelming. Sure, I agree with that. So one way would be to like see different videos, different people, and really see who explains best as you are learning, as you are doing it on your own and using what they have taught you. And wherever you see that teaches the best, you just go with them. You just go with the flow. The other way, which is the simpler way, would be to go to Google and type like the top 10 best YouTube programming language tutors. Google will help you with that, and then you scroll over them and see, because at least on Google there you'll be sent to a link or somewhere where people who have been learning on YouTube and stuff will have already rated the top best people who are good at the teaching. Like for me, the person that taught me on HTML and Java and stuff was the new Boston.com. That's a YouTube channel for programming languages, which has been there for like 10 years till now, and I've learned quite a lot over there, quite a lot on programming language and other stuffs for apps.
Okay, that's quite impressive. So how long did it take for you to create this app? From the word go, from the moment that you were there with your grandma and watching her struggle with her glasses and searching for money, and with the background that you have from your mom as well, how long did it take you from the idea to actually developing the app and getting it up on Google Play, on Play Store?
I would say roughly 3 months. Roughly 3 months.
Wow,
But
that's
if we were to count the days exactly, because there are days where I had so much things to do, school and stuff, and so I had to put it on hold and stuff. But if we were to count it, I would say exactly a month and a half. A month and a half was what took to get the app.
Okay, that's nice. So let's go pick some more people on Facebook. I think there are still some words here. People who are joining us. Again, please, if you're here, let us know if you've downloaded the app, how you feel navigating through the app, what you think is so cute, so beautiful about the app, and what you think could be improved so that Alain could take the app global. If you have any tips for Alain, please bring them all in here. We would love to hear from you. But most of all, we need to know who has downloaded the app. So we have someone there, that's Pauline. So Pauline needs all the website for the cousins, and Alain, you got some stuff there. Pauline, make sure that you send up a paid tutorial for Alain. Alain can come give tutorials to his cousin, and he should be paid for that because, hey, this is entrepreneurship, right? So
Yeah.
we need to support him to generate income from this. So who is this? We have Sonita. Congrats, bro, she says. Make sure you download the app, share it in all your social media spaces. Make sure that everyone knows about this app because that's the best support that you can give Alain at this moment. And those of you parents, if you have children at home who don't know what to do and you think they can be interested in programming, hey, book a session with Alain. Alain, you can give people tutorials, right? From what you
Sure.
have already learned, you can teach other young people on how to develop apps. You can even build a team around you, a team of young people that you coach that can then help you take off some of the stuff so that you can develop more apps quickly, right? I already placed an order for my Globuntu app. So people, I'm not just talking. We must support Alain. We must support, the family is here. Let's get that app going and order your apps. What is it that you're doing? You have children, get tutorials. Alain can come teach and earn some money so that will make him financially independent. So Pauline is still here. Pauline got the message. Okay. And then we have Marceline. If you don't have children, you probably have cousins and nieces and godchildren. And you probably, maybe you are a teacher, maybe you are in a neighborhood, you're in a church. Let's get our children off the street. Let's get them off from being idle and not knowing what to do. Alain has shown us that it is possible. So let's use him as a catalyst, and he's willing to tutor. Let's put some classes together so he can tutor. He pass the knowledge to your children or whichever children, and you pay him the money so that he knows that he's doing something good. Is that a good plan? So let's go back to Alain. Alain, so after this one app that is up and going, for which we need people to rate in the App Store, please rate the app as well. What is your next step? What are you up to now in the space of developing apps, or in the digital space, so to say?
In the digital space, well, I have plans on doing your app and doing some more 2-3 apps, which I think one of them include like workout app and study more about us, because the technology world is evolving and new things coming up like machine learning and all the stuff. So I'm trying my best to follow up on YouTube and also keep learning, keeping the learning progress.
Okay, great. And if you have any ideas of apps that you would like Alain to develop, whether it's for your business, hey, people, business is going digital these days. We're all going digital, so we're all going to need apps. You may need it and don't even know. So again, we have an app developer right here. We don't want to go source. We don't want to go try and fail when we have a young man who can do it in speed time. So I wanted to show you, Alain, the comment from your grandma. Now you are a supplier, not a consumer. I think that is so powerful. How does that make you feel?
Happy. I took a lesson. I took a lesson to action.
Yes, Grandma is always teaching us. I'm who I am today because of her and Chief. Without them, I don't know where I would be. So we are all product of my grandma's household, and Grandma teaches you to be the best because she stands ahead. It's not like she preaches to you; she does it, and you just have to follow the footsteps. And when you're following, she's always setting the bar higher and higher and higher. And he's struggling to meet up with her. So that's who she is, and we love her for that. Marie Angele, you wanted to add something. I see you want to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to say that Alain has also been a very hardworking student of people. I am his mother, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that there has not been any term in school from the time Alain was in nursery school that he was not among the first 5. Like, I have all his report cards, and he has been on honor roll for like almost all his academic parcours. He's in upper seat now. I'm just so blessed with this particular son of mine. I mean, all the other 2, yeah, each of them is special. But Alain has shown me what is possible, even when you don't start off on a balanced scale. And secondly, I have downloaded the app and I have used the app. And yes, there's mathematics, but you don't need to use your head to do the mathematics. You just put the figures there, and then the answer comes out, and then the amount of the item is reduced, subtracted from the general amount that was put up there. And so it actually makes me more lazy, or it helps me anyway, because I do a lot of other things. I don't want to do calculation. The only thing I would have loved to do, or one of the things I've noticed, is that if there's a scanner, there's a barcode on the product, I cannot just put my phone on it, put the app on it, and then it can read that barcode. Fortunately, out here, we don't really have a lot of barcodes on product. Is it possible?
Actually, I was thinking about doing that.
Okay. Yeah, for people who are out there, out there, they do a lot of swipe barcode, barcode, barcode. I remember when I went to Belgium, I could not follow the pace of supermarkets in there. Man, fast, 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 fast. I was so overwhelmed. So it will be a nice thing for you to look at that, so that people don't just have to type with their fingers, but they can just be, scanning all of those barcodes, and then the figures are coming in. Thank
Sure.
you.
That's a very good one. That's a good one. And I think Alan said he was already thinking about that. So we're done. We're done. I'm just waiting for my currency to be included so that I can start using the app here. So I don't get embarrassed anymore when I get somewhere and I realize, oop, no money. So thank you for thank you for saving us that trouble. And Grandma is here again cheerleading you, and she's giving you some more ideas. I suggest you go shopping with Grandma, or you just go buy beignet haricot, you sit down with Grandma and get some more ideas on how to get this set up. I know she's such a visionary person as well. And so, family people out there, we are on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Again, the chat box is all yours. Give us your comments if you've downloaded the app. If you can't find it, let us know. If you're trying and you're not finding it, you will find it on your Android phone. Those of you who are using iPhone, you will have to wait a little bit more, but Alan is on the way to serving you there as well. So let us know what is your big take from this launch. Let us know when you're going to be booking Alan to come give tutorials to your children. But we have to be mindful of the fact that he goes to school. But I know that he can manage the calendar to be able to teach other people and to build a community of developers. So it's so special that a young person like this get into that space and tells us that it is easy to do, so many more young people can follow. Alan, is there something else that you like to tell other young people who are out there who don't know what to do with their lives at this moment?
Well, at this moment, the other thing which I do when I have nothing to do, like rather than going and watching a film or something, I'll read books. I know it's very, very, very not easy, especially when you're young, to open a book and read. And I'm not talking about school books. You can read other books. You can read other books because that will help you. The more you read books, the more likely you'll be to go and touch your school books. So my mom is an author. She has a lot of books. So from time to time, I read, even if, because I started reading even just 2 pages a day, and you go from there. And to make the reading not boring, I've discovered that when you read different books different days, it gets interesting, and it gets into a habit that you can't really let go. Reading is really so interesting, so helpful. I really suggest that if you have nothing to do, then start reading, and it will help you in the long run.
Thank you for that advice. You know, some of us, we come from the reading generation. When we were growing up, there were no smartphones, no internet, and no social media. So we had to either, great grandma used to tell us stories. We had to do storytelling. At grandma Bibi's house, you had to read because she herself is a reader. So she instilled that reading culture into all of us. And I am glad that, you carry that gene in you as well. There's nothing wasted when you read. There's nothing wasted when you read. And so I'm happy that you're able to give that advice. So is there something else that you would like to say that we haven't touched on? Something that is so important? Maybe, in general, or something related to the app?
I don't think there's anything more thing apart of hoping you download the app, share it, and leave feedback. Any feedback is okay. Even negative feedback is still feedback. So accept every feedback, and I'm trying my best to hope. I'm hoping that this app specifically, I won't really want to, because I have plans of making other apps which I would like to sell out for people. But this specific app, I really thought about it since it was to solve the shopping speed issues at the shop. So I really hope that I can make the app to be a great app, have it promoted to many people, and really make it global. So any feedback is good. Any form of sharing is good. Please, audience, please, everyone. Thanks for the support. Thanks so much for everything.
Okay, that's a call to action right there. A call to action. Please don't give negative feedback. give constructive feedback that allows him to improve. So don't go say this app is not right. So tell him this is what I think should be improved. That's how we help to create, to make him a better app developer. That's what is uplifting. Let's give him uplifting feedback that allows him to stay in the industry. We don't have a lot of Black people designing apps. And when we see one amongst us, it's so critical that we promote, that we support, that we share, that we help him take this out. Again, he's just 18 years old. Let's make him the most successful Black app developer of 2022. Now I'm launching a challenge. I wish that by the end of 2022, Alan, give me a number. How many number of downloads do you want to have by the end of 2022 that will give you the feeling that you're successful?
100K.
100K. So 100K is doable. We all have our networks. Please, let's download 100K times 2 at least by the end of 2022 to give Alan a sense of support. This app, you're not paying for it by downloading it. If you have 2-3 phones, download that on all your phones. You have your children. We all go shopping, right? What's the easiest way to download, to go shopping, than to use that app? So I'm just here to encourage you. And we're launching that challenge. I will bring back Alan here in December 2022 so that we can count the number of downloads. And we will have some gift for people who would have downloaded. So you don't want to miss that out. So I see Marie Angele has something to say. Go ahead, Mom.
Thank you so much. I just want to say that, frankly speaking, Alan has also taught me that as a parent, each child has something very special, and there is a way you can bring that out without spanking, instead by encouraging. What I call today, or what I learned, is called conscious parenting. And I see sometimes parents are frustrated because the children are not interested, for example, so much in their studies, or are being, all over the place and just there on social media, goofing and stuff like that. And they just keep shouting at them. But like his grandmother said, instead of just wasting your time this way, why don't you? And that's how I also said, Alan, instead of just saying, Mama, what should I do? Why don't you think about what you want to do, or what you can do, and then suggest to me, what do you think if I do? What do you think if I start my own YouTube channel? What do you think if I make a list on what I want to cook, for example, and then I give you money and you go and do your shopping yourself? That's how I taught them, just letting them come up with their own ideas and do those kind of things. So I don't doubt that Alan is going to have good results in school. He has shown me what it means to really be disciplined. I think he also got that for me. I got that from my mother too. And also the last thing is that I'm so proud of Alan because he has read at least 5 of my books, or 4. Alan, 4 or 5? 5. So I'm just so proud. In the beginning, I once said I'll pay each person 100 or 500 if they read one book, and nobody read apart from Alan and maybe one other person. But now I don't pay anymore, and he finds it helpful to read, and he's a science student. So you can be all round. Don't limit yourself. That's the last thing that I want to say. And thank you so much for hosting us.
Thanks so much.
Sure, we're not yet done. So Alan, I still want us to put up another call for action, another call to action. So the first call is for people to download, and we're launching the challenge to reach 100K times 2 before the end of 2022. And I also want, what is your capacity to develop apps for other people? Are you in the position to combine that with your schooling to develop apps for other people's businesses? I want us to put up another call.
Yes, I'm in the position to do that.
Okay, so people, what I want to say here is to invite us again. Talk to your business partners, talk to your business associate, talk to your clients, talk to your school, talk to people in the spaces that you are, that we have an app developer right here who is out to take contract. He can do this in the speediest of time. So you want an app, we want Alan to be your app designer. I'm calling on family, I'm calling on friends, I'm calling on friends of friends, I'm calling on people on social media, I'm calling on people who support youth entrepreneurship. This is it right here. So let's get Alan some contracts. Let's give him some contract to develop apps. And once Alan is done with your app, we want to launch that app right here in this space. Anytime that an app is completed. So this is what I'm putting out. That will be my bit to make sure that everyone that is on my social media sees your app if it is developed by Alan. And again, the app, you can just develop your app for your home. You can develop an app for Alan. Give me the spaces. What can people use apps for? So that I don't say anything wrong here.
You can use app for a lot of things. Like you can use app for workouts. You can use app for cooking. You can use app to buy books. Like an app for your website. You can make an app. Like if you already have a website and you want to make it more global, because these days apps are more frequently used than website. It's more easy to get an app than to go right up to the website. So you can get your website into an app, which should be easier to even share and everything. And a lot of ways. So apps are really helpful.
Okay, so again, the Globuntu books is under contract by Alan. As soon as it is done, we're going to launch it. You don't want to miss that. So you see another level of where this young man is going to. I see Chief is online. Chief is saying, Alan, it's like Chief is sending you some supporting words here. I'm so, the network disrupted him from coming into the studio, but I knew he had a long day at court. And in spite of that, he wanted to be here to support you. So this is what family is all about. This is the head of our family, and we're glad that him and Grandma Bibi are here to support you. So we have another comment right here from Barry. Barry is, Barry, get an app. So Pauline is texting, downloaded the app. I see the opportunity, improve transparency. Okay, Pauline, we thank you for that. Please, again, put some of those feedback in the Google app. Alan, where should people put their comments and their feedback that will support you to position yourself in the app industry?
Just right on that in the app at Google Play Store. There's a place where you can leave your review. So please leave your review there, the feedback there. Thanks, Auntie Pauline, for the review. Thanks for the review.
Okay, there's something coming up there. I plan to work with a DMC during third term holidays to render our website more mobile. Things are coming in. Family is up. Thank you, Grandma Bibi. We see you. So Pauline is here again. Okay, so that's one feedback from Pauline. Pauline, take all your comments to the app space so that it helps him get the ratings right there. Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. So we're gradually coming to the end of this app launch. And if there's anything that anyone that is following us out there, family out there, we see you, we really appreciate you. If there's anything that else that you'd like to say to Alan, please type it in the comment forum before we gradually close up. And I know Alan has said his word. Alan, how many apps will you like to design beside this one? Private apps will you like to design before the end of 2022?
I would like to design at least 5 to 7. 5 to 7.
5 to 7. So let's take away the Globuntu app. Now we need 6 more people to give Alan the contract to develop apps. Family, I think we can do that. Again, talk with him and find out, tell him what your need is, what your biggest challenge is, and ask if he can find an app that can help you solve that challenge. If we can give him 5 contracts, 6, 7 contracts that he says before the end of this year, this would really, really help him develop his entrepreneurship. Again, when we help our kids to become independent, they don't have to come to us for money. They stand on their feet. And when they start on their feet, so much more happens. So the app industry is a very upcoming industry. It's a great industry, and he's in. All he needs from us is the support, rating his app, giving him some contract to develop apps so that he can thrive and make us all proud. So there is another comment. MF should work with Alan on an app marketing. Okay. Grandma is building your team right there, Alan.
Thank you, Grandma. Thank you, Grandma.
So Grandma is already building your team. Grandma, we see you. That's your number 1 supporter. So we have all of that. Thank you all for all the comments and support. Chief is right there. My comments is too long. My sister will give my contribution to encourage you. You have brought honor to this family. Oh, is this, how powerful is that? That is from the head of the family representing your great grandma. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so
So,
much.
let's go to Marie Angele, the proud mom. Give us your final word, and then I'll go to Alain and get the final word again, and then we'll close the lunch for today.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I just want to say that Alain is what we call it takes a village to raise a child. Alain wasn't raised by me alone, and Alain is still not raised by me alone. And I mean, first of all, my mom, that's his grandmom, his aunties, and you know how in Africa we have many aunties, but the two direct ones, Auntie Pauline and Auntie Tete, and then his grandmom, who is represented by Uncle Chief, as I call him, and the big, big, big family, and my own friends on Facebook, all of them, they all know my children because I talk a lot about them too. To just put out my parenting journey. So Maslin and the others there, they're also what we call online aunties. And they sometimes just chip in a word or a prayer and some support sometimes and say, for you and the boys, Alan, David, and Gabriel. So I just want to thank everybody, this whole big village that raised Alan and say, I really, really appreciate you. I just carried him in my womb, but we all raised him, and I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And all the aunties out there, please top it up by getting the app, download it, give him a comment, pass a command for him to design your app. Let's take this support to the next level. We appreciate the foundation support. Now let's get to the entrepreneurial support. So Alan, you see Taku Mayfor, Barry is already ready on the standby to work with you. So let's get this business going. Alan, your final words before we close the lunch. Alan, can you hear me?
Looks like we lost Alan.
Oh, we lost
Okay,
Alan.
I'm back.
There he is. Okay, that's good.
So go ahead. Your final words. Give your call to action. Send out your call to action now.
Okay, please download the app. It's there on Play Store. eShopping wallet. Give your feedbacks, your comments, what you want to improve, any encouragement is accepted. If you want any business app or if you have any business associate that needs an app, I'm there for that. If you want any teachings to your kids on programming language or whatever, I'm also there for that. Thanks so much for the support through this live. Thanks so much for the live. Thanks.
Thank you. That's a very simple call, and it's a call that each one of us can answer in one way or the other. So whether it's giving him tutorials, paid tutorials, downloading the app, or asking him to design your app, those are all calls that we can answer in one way or the other. So that said, we want to appreciate all the people who joined us on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Thank you so much for joining. The link to this recording is online, so you can pick the link and share, and let's get more people to hear about this visionary young entrepreneur, and so that we can support him. So thank you, family, for being here. We know that it must have been a very long working day, but you took the time to be here. Alan was at school, he's here. David and Gabriel, they are all at home. So we thank you all for all the support that you've given. And yes, it was a delight to host you, Alan, and your mom and the family on social media. If there's anything else that we need lunch, please come to me. This is the lunch. So if there's anything that you will share with the audience out there, just let me know. We'll create a conversation or whatever. For example, when you add all those other currencies and you get some feedback and you fix it and you want to go introduce the next level, let's do another conversation right here. And those who were not able to be here, we hope that they will find time as well. So that said, it was a delight. I am so, so, so happy for you. And I'm so proud of you for doing this. And all the people in my space will hear that they need to develop apps, and that will come. So let's speak a word of honor. We will let Grandma Bibi finish this lunch from a distance. So thank you so much, Mama. We appreciate you. And yes, this is it. People, stay safe. Stay safe. This is the Black History Month. This is Black History Month. This is the Globuntu Book Studio, and we are always here to launch everything that is exciting about books, about myself off the screen, which is not right. So that's what excitement does to me, that I kick myself out of my own studio. And I get Alain back. So we're closing, and this is the last launch that we did in Black History Month. But you want to watch out. March is Women's Month, and we have a bunch of things awaiting you, a bunch of programs. So you don't want to miss out on that. So you want to keep safe, and make sure that you tune in when we launch our March agenda. So that was the Globuntu Book Studio. My guest was Alain Michel, the developer and the designer of the eShopping wallet, and his proud mom, Maître Marie Angele, joining us from Cameroon. I wish you a wonderful evening, and please, people, go download the app and go comment. Have a wonderful evening. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.